everybody, what's up and welcome back to the channel. And it's that time of month. It's that unboxing time for Monster Bass unboxing for the month of August. So stay tuned because we're going to dive right into this box. Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel, and we got this month's unboxing of Monster Bass, my Monster Bass box. It's for the month of August, and for those of you that don't know that are just tuning in, I get the Northeast region. So let's dive right into this box. I haven't even looked into this box. I just literally got it out of the mailbox and figured I'd sit down and make this video. So let's see what we got in the box. So as usual, we got the normal paperwork stuff, you know, literature that you guys can read, learn how to fish the baits and stuff. And then down in here somewhere some stickers, but it's down the bottom, so we'll get to that. So let's get to the baits because they're on top. So let's see what we got. First thing we got here is a Monster Bass box spinnerbait. This is in a chartreuse and white with silver blades. I love spinnerbaits. Fall spinnerbait fishing is awesome. Hopefully you guys can see that. Check it out. Super cool bait. I love spinnerbaits. Love fishing spinnerbaits. Like to throw a trailer on them. One little tip for you guys is that if you're getting short strikes on your spinnerbait, get a little trailer hook that they make that goes on the other hook. Put that on there, and that'll get your hookup ratio better. Because sometimes they'll short strike it, and if you add that hook, you'll get it. The one thing I will tell you though is if you add that hook on there and you're throwing into wood, you have more likely to get snagged up. So it's kind of a trade-off. You get more hookups, but you can also get snagged up in the woods when you're bouncing off logs. Because I throw these things up into trees and all kinds of stuff and bounce off to get those strikes. So you kind of have to balance that out. But great bait. Next thing we got in here, these are grenade thunderhawks. This is like a creature bait of some sorts. It's 2.75 inches. It says indestructible plastic, so they must be trying to go along with what Z-Man does. But kind of an interesting looking bait right there. See if you guys can see that. Definitely interesting. I have to try that out, and it's got a couple different ways you can rig it on the back as well, kind of showing you how to rig it up. It definitely looks interesting. I'd like to throw that at some smallies. I bet you some smallies would crush that. I bet you largies would crush it too, but kind of a cool bait. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, we got a topwater frog. This is purple and black. But got a black belly. This is called BMB. Bucket Getter Frog is what it's called. It's kind of a cool looking frog. It's got like a little skull on the bottom of it and stuff. And I like fishing topwater frogs. Super cool. It's got a black bottom. I like black frogs. Usually black and then like a green and yellow with a white belly. Usually a white belly or black belly is about all I use. I only use kind of two different colors really. And so I bet you this will get some hookups because it's a darker color. It's got blue and purple trailers on it. The one thing I will tell you about frogs is that the hooks on it and stuff, to get better hookup ratios when you're fishing frogs, you want to bend your hooks up a little bit. So when you run your finger across the back of it like that, you can feel it kind of grabbing your finger, and that'll get you some better hookups on the frogs and get it off that body. But again, when you do that, you have a tendency to get snagged up a little more when you're dragging across the lily pads and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. But you will get a better hookup ratio. I always bend my hooks up on all my frogs. Just take a pair of pliers and bend them up a little bit. Make sure you can feel it, you know, where you can feel it. And then when that frog bites it, that bass bites it and squeezes it, you get a little better hookup ratio. But topwater frogs are a lot of fun to fish, and you catch a lot of fish on them. So what do we got next? Oh, this is a cool looking bait. This is like a Ned rig type bait. It's a little paddle tail bait. This is a Vicious Fishing. Check that out. Can you guys see that? That's kind of a crazy cool bait. Let's take that out because I want to look at that. It's a little paddle tail bait. Oh, it's got multiple paddles. It's like a creature bait. I thought it was like single paddles, but look at that thing. That's kind of crazy. That's pretty crazy looking. I like the colors. It's like a green with some brown on it, a lighter brown. Super cool creature bait. That is cool. That is cool. And you could actually like cut those off if you wanted to. Cut these off and just fish it like that as well. Um, I might try that just as a Ned rig thing, you know. Maybe trim these things off and throw it on a Ned rig head. But that's a cool bait. I'd be curious to see if you could swim that too and see what the paddle action is and see what kind of disturbance it causes. That's interesting. That's really interesting bait. I got to tell you. And then in here we got some. Oh, I'm not taking these out. These are castatic soft baits. I can't even say it. Super cool looking bait though. Wow, that's crazy. Check that out, guys. Look at that. That's an interesting looking bait. Let's take that out. Hopefully it doesn't have a bunch of shit on it. No. That's a big giant like minnow bait in like a pink color, almost like a trout color. This is a fluke though. It's a fluke style bait. That is crazy cool. I love fishing flukes, man. That is a cool bait. I like that. Oh man, I want to try this. This thing is super cool. And it's got a great place in there when you run your hook in that you can bury the hook in there so you make it weedless. This is super cool. This bait is cool. Man, somebody was thinking when they made these. I gotta say, I like that. I like fishing flukes. Flukes are fun. Flukes are a lot of fun. And that's a good looking bait. That's a really good looking bait. I bet you that's gonna catch some fish. Then we got Vital Series Z Bait Company. This looks like a little worm, classic bait shapes. The Texas rig kind of style thing. Let's see what that looks like. Take that out too. Yeah, that's a little bitty. It's got a split tail on it. Like that. Little Texas rig hook. I'd probably throw that on a damn wacky rig hook. Just hook it, nose hook it. And fish it and let it do its thing. I bet you smallies would eat this though. That definitely looks like a good smallie bait. You could probably rig it up on a Ned rig head for sure. But that's an interesting little bait. Small hook. They're gonna put any big hook on that. That's an interesting bait too. But that looks a lot like a Helgermite almost, like some of the Helgermite baits. So that's probably gonna get some fish. That's a cool bait too. I like that. That's unique. All right, so you got a reaction strike. This is a JR series. This is a weighted. What is the ounce on this? It doesn't say. This is a ½ ounce screw in weight. That's probably for those flukes. Right there. That's interesting. And yeah, here's your Monsterbass card, and there's your Monsterbass sticker as well. It was that. But yeah, there's some. That's probably for those flukes that we got there. Be interesting. That's a pretty heavy weighted thing, but I'd like to try that because you can drag that on the bottom, jerk it, fish it. Be interesting to see how that works out. But those are some big hooks though, man. Those are some monster hooks. They're not playing around with that. I mean, that's some heavy duty stuff. And then we have got a this is a Thunderhawk white finesse jig. Right there, see if you guys can see that. Let me take that out too so you guys can see that. We can take that out of the package, I think. You guys can check that out. So, kind of a cool bait. Yep, kind of cool. Nice little jig. I've gotten more into dragging jigs and stuff. I used to struggle with jigs. I used to struggle with them, but now that I've been fishing some Z-Man smaller ones and been doing well on them, I tend to like smaller jigs. I don't like the big jig heads. But something this size, I like a lot. It just boils down to all this. What else we got in here? There's a card in here. There's a couple things in here. There's a 10% off Tackle Direct that comes in it. And then there's Fish Angler app thing in here too that's linked to Monsterbass. So that's what we got. So we got what we got. We got some terminal tackle, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 baits for this month. So that's a good box. I like everything in it. I mean, it's super cool. Pretty impressed. Some unique stuff like this guy. I mean, those are pretty unique. I'm curious to see what those do. And these were super cool. And then these guys, man. I wonder if how these get fished and stuff. I wonder if they are floatable and that's why you need the weight. I'd be curious to see how these work, because these look really good. I'll be curious to see how they do. So that's your Monsterbass box for the month of August, and that is the Northeast region box. So I hope you guys enjoyed that unboxing. If you guys haven't tried Monsterbass box, I definitely recommend it. There's a link down below that you guys can use to get $10 off your first box. That always helps. You guys can try it out. There's no, you have to be locked into it. If you don't like it, then you cancel the subscription and you move on. I've said it in many other videos that I've tried a lot of other boxes, and Monsterbass is the one that I settled on because it consistently gives me stuff every month that I will fish, and there hasn't been a box yet that I don't like the stuff that's in the box that I wouldn't use. And that's what I like about Monsterbass box, because some of the other companies, it's a crapshoot. You'll get like 2 or 3 baits that you'll use, and then the other stuff you're not going to use for your area. So it's unfortunate that it's like that, but Monsterbass is really taking the time to cater to the regions, which I think is a big thing, and I think some of the other companies need to take heed to that and jump on that bandwagon too, and they would have a better product. I'm not saying that their products are bad because they make good baits. I'm just saying that different regions require different types of baits, and there's some baits that are universal all around, but you guys know as well as I do what bodies of water that you fish, you know what works and doesn't work. And so I think Monsterbass has done a really great job of kind of figuring that out, and I appreciate it. So yeah, links will be down below. Do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button, because it definitely helps the channel out, and I really appreciate all you guys that have been supporting me for so long. Trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. We're getting close. We're getting there. We're just slowly moving up. And hopefully once we get there, once we hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, I'm going to do something really cool and do a few giveaways to say thank you to everybody that supported me to get there. But we got to get there. We're about 155 subscribers away. So let's try to get that done and get that up there. And you know, I don't care if you guys hit the notification bell button. That like and subscribe helps, and then leaving comments down below helps, and that's what helps me, because I understand that you don't want to get notifications for everybody you subscribe to, but just like and subscribe. That's all I ask you guys to do. It's really easy. It's a click and a click and you're done, and that really helps out the channel and helps support the channel. So and I know you guys haven't seen a bunch of fishing this year. I've had some medical issues I've had to deal with, and I'm having to refigure out how I'm going to do my fishing. But once the weather gets cool, because it's been so hot here, I can't get out in this hot weather and fish, because I'm susceptible to heat stroke. I've had it multiple times, and it's almost killed me. So I have to be really careful in the hot weather anymore. So, but once the weather cools down, I hope to get out and do some fishing, do some fall fishing, and in this new area that I'm at, and hopefully I'll catch some fish. So we'll get to that. But hope those of you that have been following the channel have been enjoying some of the other content I've been putting out as well. So anyway, that's my Monsterbass box. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Appreciate all you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next video. And just do yourself a favor, get out there, get your lines wet, and catch some fish.